way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Dorrance Armstrong make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Dahl. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And the Giants send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes. Right. So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
Now 2nd and 3. Here's Daniels. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And the Commanders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr., his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Giants offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. Dancing to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. You talk about this Washington defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
From the gun on 3rd down. Dahl. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. That's caught by Sennett. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 58 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Daniels looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. These two teams met at Commanders Field earlier in the season with Washington winning that ball game. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Throwing now is Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. To throw is Daniels. He'll get this complete to Sennett, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Daniels. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Looking to throw. Dahl. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Back to throw. Dahl. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive 1st down plays. 10-0 the score after 1. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. As they've got it as we resume action. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, Don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Dahl. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Singletary here running out of the gun. Down to about the 23. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Here we go, set go.
Back to throw. Dahl. Wide open receiver complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Singletary will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Commanders' defense looking for a stop here. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Dahl toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They work now on 2nd and 9. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To the air goes Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing to start the drive. Dahl. He has Hyatt over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
They'll look to throw again. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Jamison Williams His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 17-3. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon,
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Robinson up the middle. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And he comes back with one complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Dahl. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Dorrance Armstrong able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Back to throw now on first down. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
60-by-6, alert, alert.
Back to throw. Dahl. Again, it's Johnson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Back to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here that's complete. Yeah, the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looking to throw. Dahl. Touchdown! Jalen Hyatt. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants get a bit closer. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Jalen Hyatt with a touchdown catch to end the drive. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. And the Washington offense set to take over. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That one is slant to McLaurin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau. And third quarter here, you've got to lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Working out of the gun, Daniels. So this one taken in by Otten. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Daniels. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Off the play fake. Dahl. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Daniels. That is caught, and he's going to have a Commander's first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 7. Robinson with another carry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jaden Daniels, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Daniels going to try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion. But still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do. And don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. Throwing to start the drive. Dahl. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Dahl. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. And McLaurin, the motion man right. On the give, here's Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing to start the drive. Dahl. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 5. Operating from the gun, Dahl. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
From the gun on third down, Dahl. It got his man complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Dahl. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
His throw caught at about the 5. And the Giants are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Operating from the gun. Dahl. Touchdown, Giants! From 3 yards out. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Gano the extra point, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.